Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. Today I want to take just a plain cutting board, and I inlaid some walnut strips. And this is an easy way to kind of make your cutting board a little bit unique. You can put more than just these two. On this particular cutting board, I just put two, but it adds a little character to your cutting board. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to do some better pictures. Anyway, yeah, let me show you how I did it, and let's get started. The first thing I need to do is rip down some walnut to 1/8 inch thick, 3/4 by 8, 1/8, and I ripped those on the table saw. I need to make a 0 clearance for my table saw though. Anyway, I make quick work of these two pieces, although I ended up having to make another one, but because I broke one. But so the way I do it is I basically clamp one in and bend it as much as I think it'll bend without breaking, and then I mark it. And then I know that that piece of wood will make that bend. And then I take it over and I cut that on the bandsaw. It's kind of a neat way just to take a plain cutting board and just put something in it, make it a little more interesting. I then bring over my new clamp rack and get out some pipe clamps and some cawls and glue this thing up. It's kind of neat when you clamp something in there and you're kind of looking at it and going, wow, this is kind of neat. It'll look cool, and it's so easy to do. It's just fun. Anyway, I clamp this up and clean off the glue, and then let it sit overnight. The next day I take it apart and I get another piece of walnut. My idea was to have two pieces intersecting through each other. So, and actually I break this one piece of walnut. I was bending it too much and it broke. Here's where I break it. There it goes. And so anyway, I cut another piece of this walnut. That doesn't take very long, and I get back over there and mark this piece out. Basically, my idea was to have it intersecting through it, so people would kind of look at it and go, oh, I wonder how he did that. It is really easy, and people do it all the time. I thought it would be cool to show people how I did it. And it's so simple. So here we are gluing the second piece in there, and pipe clamps and cawls and Titebond glue. That's pretty much it. I got to get some new glue brushes though. I noticed the little bristles are coming off of. They're slowly disappearing where there's not very many bristles on them. You're supposed to be able to pull the glue off of the brushes without the bristles coming off, but they seem to you seem to lose them after a while, so they don't last forever, that's for sure. All the products I use are listed in the description below. If you ever need to find anything, I try to make sure and put most of the stuff in there. So here I am just getting it straight, getting it clamped on, and then I'm always using cawls now. I didn't used to, but my clamp ups were not very good before, and now since using the cawls with the pipe clamps, my clamp ups have been so much nicer and straighter. It's made a big difference in the quality of the stuff that I've been able to make. And hopefully, I just keep improving. I think it's so fun to learn how to make stuff. And anyway, I clamped that down overnight. I'm going to wipe off this glue. So once I have it all clamped down and cleaned off, it helps to wipe off as much glue as you can. It's a lot less work the next day if you can get quite a bit of it off of there. So I let this sit overnight. The next day I come in and take all the clamps off, and it's pretty much done with the glue up. Now I get to use get my apron on, get my clamp rack, put away all these clamps. It's so nice being able to just roll your clamp rack over there, put everything away, and then wheel it out of the way. That's been really nice. Next thing is to get my new Dewalt Planer, and I still need to make a better adapter for the dust collection, but it's doing good so far. I get it adjusted. I only want to take, this cutting board doesn't need much, so I'm just going to take off just a little bit off each side, and I have it on the number 1 setting, and I try to lift it avoiding snipe, run a few multiple passes. I'm basically barely turning the dial each time because I don't want to take too much off. I just want to take enough to get it cleaned up. So here it is after the planer, and I'm going to sand this. I'm going to basically get any kind of imperfections that I don't like. I'm going to sand them off of there and just clean it all up. And here it is, basically sanded and finished. And I'm actually using coconut oil and beeswax, a formula that I kind of mixed up, and I think it works really well actually, and I'm pretty happy with it. Smells good too. So coconut oil and beeswax, and that seems to be a pretty nice combo for a cutting board. And there it is. Thanks for watching this episode of Outlaw Woodworking. I hope you enjoyed this, how I put these inlays in the cutting board. I really enjoyed it, and I've probably got, I don't know, 6 cutting boards done, and I'm getting them ready for Christmas presents. So hopefully the people that get them will like them. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, ring the bell, like it if you want. And pretty soon we're going to be getting I ordered a Outlaw stamp that you could burn your logo into the wood. So before I send these out for Christmas, I'm going to be branding them with our brand. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Later.